Shalom! Today I'm going to be proving using scriptures and 15 reasons why Caucasians are Edomites. They are not Japhet as they have told us. My 15 reasons will ruffle some feathers and it will break some of your ideas that you had concerning the Caucasians, but put your emotions aside and let's look at the facts and 15 reasons why Caucasians are indeed Edomites. These 15 reasons are brought to you by me, Bayadu Kayil Bhatia. Visit kayilbhatia.com for more information and a PDF of this presentation. The number one reason why Caucasians are Edomites is white people are Edomites from the Caucasus Mountains. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Caucasians are always depicting themselves as the cavemen. And they know their history, that they dwelt in caves. So they want to basically say that they're the first people on earth and, it started with living in caves. This is because this is their history. Look at the Edom Mountains and compare with the Caucasus Mountains. The building style is exactly the same because they're the same people. This is not a coincidence at all. Caucasians, by the way, do not, they call themselves Caucasians because they just prefer to identify themselves as the people of the Caucasus, even if their ancestors all don't specifically come from the Caucasus Mountains. The Edomites have changed, they're in hiding, they changed their names, and they refer to themselves as Caucasians. Let's compare the pictures together. This is the Caucasus Mountains, Edom Mountains. Very similar construction, same people. They are all cave dwellers, and the scriptures talk about them. And we have to note that they are the cavemen. Not even, Asians or black people. They're never depicted as cavemen. You really need to look at the facts. They are the cavemen. This is only one reason why Caucasians are Edomites. Reason number 2 is that Yahweh hated them. Malachi 1 and 2. I have loved you, saith Yahweh. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith Yahweh. Yet I have loved Jacob and hated Esau. The curse of leprosy is vitiligo in the Bible. So biblical leprosy is turning white. When you turn all white, you have clean leper. The Caucasians are clean lepers because they have turned all white. It is not normal for humans to be so pale. Does living in the colder climates turn your skin white? This is not the case for the original Japhet people, the Eskimos of Siberia. The Caucasians, so-called white people, have told us that their pale skin comes from living in the colder countries because they're in hiding. They don't want you to know that they have the biblical leprosy, which is vitiligo. It is a curse from Yahweh when you are hated. So as you can see from these pictures, the Eskimos, they've remained melanated. Their skin has not lost any color from being in the cold climates. These authentic Japhite have traveled into North America. The Asian-looking American Indians are actually Japhet, and also Chinese and Japanese, Korean. They actually have naturally darker skin. I will go into more detail concerning Jacob and Esau, but I do want to state that a black woman can give birth to white babies, okay? And this is even happening now. Jacob and Esau were twins. Twins can be born, one white and one black looking, with completely different features and hair texture, even hair color. This is a recorded fact, and it's also occurring now. So it's not something you can say, a black woman can't have a white baby. This is false. So Jacob and Esau were indeed brothers. One were Caucasian in features, and the other one had black features. Some have even argued that even though the babies born to a black woman have white skin and maybe blonde hair and finer hair, that their phenotypes are still going to be African or Afro or black in features. Well, this is not really the case, because didn't Noah have 3 sons? So if you can believe that Noah's 3 sons populated the earth and all these diverse groups of people came to be, then why can't you believe that Rebecca gave birth to 2 nations? Because that's what the scripture says, and that's what I'm going to review. So if it happened in Noah's days, why couldn't it have happened in Isaac's days? Because that's what the scripture says. I will get into it in more detail, but this is just nonsense. Shem had a variety of features. The East Indians are actually Elam, and their features, are very similar to that of Caucasians. When their people turn leprous, they actually look like an Edomite, a Caucasian. Look at this woman. She's East Indian on the right, and this is a Edomite who you believe is Caucasian on the left. Because Shem has diverse features. Many people from the line of Shem have straight hair, okay? And many of the bone structures, they have like straight, long, narrow noses and features. Another example, Elam on the right and Edomite on the left. More examples of features from the line of Shem. This is an Ethiopian Jew from the tribe of Judah. Her bone structure is straight and narrow. When an Ethiopian Jew has albino or vitiligo, their skin turns white, they look like a Caucasian person because of the features. This is because Shem is diverse. Africans are diverse. Blacks in general have diverse features. You can't say we all have wide noses and we all have a particular skin shade. We go from light skin to dark skin, straight hair to curly hair to woolly hair. This is a Pakistani girl who turned albino or vitiligo. She probably turned all white. And this is a regular Pakistani. If you notice, the nose has straight features. You can't say this guy is mixed. Reason number 3 why Caucasians are Edomites. Asians are the authentic Japhites in the scriptures. Caucasians have claimed to be Japhite because Greece was called Javan, but the original inhabitants of Javan was the Minoans. The Minoans were Asians in features. They inhabited that land before the Greeks, the Greeks that are in there now. We have been intentionally misinformed. The white man has told us that all black people, every single one of us, come from the line of Ham, and 2 groups of white people come from either Japhet or Shem. This is a lie. If you believe that the white man is Japhet, you also believe that all black people come from Ham, because this is the information that's out there. It's inaccurate and it's false. Okay, you don't want the Caucasians to be in your lineage, so you go ahead and you believe that lie. But doing so, it perpetuates the lie that all black people are Ham, and it's false. Who told you Caucasians are Japhet? Let's look at that. And it cannot be proven using facts. I'm giving you 15 reasons. These are just so far 3, but I have a long way to go. Let's look into the land of Greece. Edomites, aka Caucasians, migrated north. The original inhabitants, the lands currently occupied by the Caucasians, were actually the land of Japhets. In Rome, there are ancient pictures. If you look at the left, this is a picture of the inhabitant of Rome, and this is a Japhite. If you look at the eyes and the nose, you can clearly see the features. And on the right is the Minoans. They are the original inhabitants of Greece, and they're actually the people Javan. So in the Bible, in Hebrew, it says the land of Javan. And so the Edomites, they inhabit the land of Javan, but they're not the people of Javan. The people of Javan were actually removed long before the Edomites arrived, and we'll review that. But if you look at the structures in Rome, the columns on the left and on the right in Greece, you'll see that it's the same people building these places, because the Edomites have taken over the land, and they conquered actually many places and moved out many people. And this is in our history book, so this shouldn't be a surprise that they have taken the identity of the original Japhets. Yah blessed the people of Japhet, and he said that he would enlarge them. Caucasians are not enlarged, okay? But if you look at the Asian people, they are everywhere. Everywhere you go, you're going to find someone who's Asian. As a matter of fact, the number one group of people on this earth is Chinese people, okay? And, they are blessed by Yah. But let's look into the land of Greece, because this is the topic that we're discussing. On the top left, you'll see sumo wrestlers, and this is the original inhabitants, and they're Minoans. No one will argue that they are indeed the original inhabitants. Everybody agrees. These are the original Javan people. The land was named after them, okay? And then the Spartans, which were black Israelites, took over and kicked them out. And they're actually the tribe of Dan. Now, the tribe of Dan, they actually lost to the Persians, but they remained in the land. And the Persians took over as far as rulership goes. And then the Edomites arrived and basically kicked out the Persians and also the Spartans. They conquered them. And you could see that in the videos and the history books. They tell you, that they had, the Spartans as slaves. And everybody knows, if you research, that the Spartans are black. But, look at this picture. You'll see the Persians fighting Edomites, the Greece people. And then you'll see, Greece people fighting the Spartans. So this is all in history. None of this is made up. And you could research it. Even on Wikipedia, you can get that information. Now let's move on to reason number 4. Why Caucasians are Edomites. Esau's hair stood out as goats-like. Okay, Jacob and Esau were indeed brothers, and I will get into it in reason number 5. I'll get into more detail. But let's look at the hair. Esau had hair all over like a goat. Okay, and Jacob had woolly hair. They didn't describe Jacob's hair because it didn't need to be described, because he looked like everybody else. Okay, but if you look at Genesis 25 and 25, you'll see the description of Esau. And Jacob was a smooth man, Genesis 27, verse 11. Okay, so Jacob did not have hair all over like a garment, but Esau did. Genesis 27, verse 11. And Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her younger son. And she put the skins of kids of goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. That's how hairy Esau was. Even had hair on his neck and hands. He was like a werewolf, pretty much. This is the description that Rebekah seems to give us. You can't say I'm being mean or picking on Esau, because this is not the case. There's no exaggerating how hairy he must have been, hairier than this man. This man has no hair on his neck, and he might not even have hair on his hands. But Esau had hair like a goat, all over. Jacob did not. They didn't describe his hair, but they said he was a smooth man. The black man, the so-called black man, is considered the smooth man, In general, black men aren't typically hairy at all. A little bit of hair on the chest, maybe. Some don't even have that. So when you look at a goat and you look at this man, you don't see much of a difference, but that's because Jacob was one way and Esau was a hairy white man. Esau could have looked like, not what this coat looks like. This is wool. This guy had hair like a goat. Pretty much Esau looked probably hairy like this. He was like an animal. I wonder what Captain Caveman was really about. Let's get into reason number 5. 2 nations and 2 people will be separated. This is written in the scriptures. This is why Caucasians are Edomites. Okay, just because Jacob was a black man doesn't mean that Esau couldn't have been a Caucasian man, a white man. Because the scripture says in Genesis 25:23, and Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So they're 2 genetically different, 2 distinguishable nations. So I'm not surprised that, Esau, it was a surprise actually when I first learned it, but the scripture says it, and I believe the words in the Bible, and also there's other facts. These 15 reasons are proving it to you. Genesis 27, verse 11, and Jacob said unto Rebekah, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Also, if you read Genesis 25 and 27, it says that the boys were different in personality. This happened before Noah days. Why are some people still doubting? In Genesis 10 and 32, it says that Noah had 3 sons and all the nations were separated by the 3 sons. So if this happened in the Noah's days, why can't you believe it happened in Rebekah and Isaac days? This is what the scripture says. Why is it so hard for people to swallow? You're being racist in a way. I don't know another word to say it. You're putting your emotions in it. It's not about race. There's no such thing as race. We all come from Adam through Noah. So what is race? It's emotions. All you're doing is being emotional. Let's look at some facts. Well, for one thing, it's a fact that Esau took wives of the other nations, and this displeased Rebekah. You can read that in the scriptures for yourself. Okay, Esau took wives of the Hittites, basically the Canaanites, and these are the features that you see of the Canaanites. And so Esau's DNA, basically, they're part of them. I believe that the Canaanites were also leprous because they were cursed by Noah, and they had a mark on them, and usually that mark was biblical leprosy, which is albinoism or vitiligo. That's usually the curse that when someone has a curse. I believe Cain also was cursed with whiteness. When you're hated and you're cursed by, Yahweh, usually it's leprosy. Let's look at reason number 6. These are figurines of Edomites. Okay, so without me putting my emotions and my opinions, look at the figurines. What do you see? You see straight noses and thin lips. Okay, the actual images of what Caucasians are. This is the main features when you think of a Caucasian person. You think of a straight nose and thin lips, and look at these figurines. These figurines do not show, a Negroid type of person. So the Edomites indeed had the appearance of a Caucasian. Look at these figurines. There's no denying that the Edomites are Caucasians. If all you need is one reason, okay, here you go, here's this. This is their face. Even the figurines are pale color, okay? You don't see a dark color, you see paleness. Okay, so the figurines, it shows us their skin color, it shows us their features, it shows us their lips. This is the Caucasian. I have so many reasons and a lot of information to share concerning the Edomites. It's very important that we know that Caucasians are Edomites because we're going to miss out on the prophecies concerning them. Now, I want to say that not all white people are Edomites, just like not all black people are Israelites. If you want to know who you are, you have to search your fathers. That's why I didn't call this video White People Are Edomites, because I don't believe white people are Edomites. I said Caucasians just so I can get out of the physical feature of them being white, because you have to search your fathers. Because if you look white but your father is an Israelite black man, you're clearly an Israelite. It doesn't matter what you look like. So search your fathers. For biblical prophecy, the Edomites have the power of the sword. Okay, and this is what you see amongst the Caucasians. Okay, they are out of control with the weapons of mass destructions, as I had showed you a second ago concerning the cell phone towers. Reason number 7 why Caucasians are Edomites is because Esau was blessed with the power of the sword. In Genesis 27 and 40, Isaac blessed him with the power of sword because there was nothing left to give him other than the power of the sword. But what does Proverbs say? If you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. While this power of the sword was a blessing at the time, it is a curse. Because if you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. It was inevitable when you see the end of my 15 reasons why Caucasians are Edomites. Their fate was sealed when Isaac gave him the power of the sword. There was nothing left to do but to give him something to defend himself because Esau had nothing. Now, this is like Esau is being used by Yahweh. I have to say, Esau is being used like the Egyptians were being used. Yahweh is giving them the ability to create all kinds of weapons of mass destructions just so Yahweh can show you how great he is. because the Israelites have the power of Yahweh, and the Edomites have the power of the sword. The Edomites, they are very prideful people because they think because they have all this nuclear weapons and all these, weapons of mass destructions, all this technology, they think that they're undefeated. And this is what Yahweh wants, because he's going to show you a greater miracle in amongst them than he did with the Egyptians, because Esau has the power of the sword, and look at what he has created. They're looking for weapons of mass destruction. You don't need to look any further but the United States, because there's always a war in the United States. The Caucasians, they're always in a war. They are the image of the mass destruction, because wherever they go, they destroy. Iraq, Libya, Yemen, Syria. Wherever they put their foot on, if they have their eye on taking your land, watch out. You're going to be destroyed. But this is all according to prophecy, and you will not be aware of the prophecy and the warnings if you don't know who the Edomites are, okay? They are the one with the power of the sword. They are the one causing all the destruction on the earth. They are the plague of the earth. Now let's look at reason number 8 why Caucasians are Edomites. Edomites were given dominion in the last days. So Isaac also blessed the Edomites with dominion, but this is only when they broke free from the yoke that the Israelites had on them, because the younger son, which was Jacob, which is the Israelites, had them in slavery, okay? But when the Israelites broke Yah's laws, they lost control of the earth and, the power of Yah. And so it's only natural that Edomites took over. So if the Israelites are not ruling, which it's a fact, they're not ruling, who's ruling now? Okay, well, Isaac gave Esau the power of dominion, okay, when he broke, the yoke off the neck. In Daniel 7:26, you can read that. It says, taking away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. So the Israelites indeed will have dominion, but who are we going to take it away from? Who's ruling now? Let's look at that. The Edomites are ruling now. The Caucasian people are ruling now. So the Israelites are going to take the dominion from the Caucasians, and it looks like that's not possible. Black people don't have weapons. Well, that's right. We're not going to take it using weapons. We are not blessed with weapons. We have the power of Yahweh. Just like in the land of Egypt, the Israelites, they didn't have any weapons. But look what happened to the Egyptians, okay? As a matter of fact, the Egyptians were considered the greatest empire, one of the greatest empires, and look what happened to them. They're not really great right now. And, everybody found out what happened. And this is why the nations fear the Israelites, because when they found out what happened to the Egyptians, they feared the Israelites. This is what's going to happen in the future. People will fear the Israelites. 2 Kings 8:20 speaks of the control that the Israelites had on the Edomites. And in his days, Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah. So Judah had the Edomites under control. Verse 21 says that Joram went and smote the Edomites, which compassed him about, and the captains of the chariots. And the people fled into their tents. Yet Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah unto this day. So that's in the scriptures. The white man was a slave to the Israelites. 1 Chronicles 18, verse 12. Moreover, Abishai, the son of Zuriah, slew the Edomites in the valley of Salt, 18,000, and put garrisons in Edom. So they were slaves to the Israelites. And Judah preserved David whithersoever he went. So this is why the Caucasians hate the Israelites. Basically, this is why white people hate black people, because they know their history. They were slaves. Okay, Edomites are in rulership and in control right up until the Israelites get back dominion. So right now, you see who's in control. You see who has dominion. It's the so-called white man. Because in Genesis 27, it says, by the power of the sword shalt thou live, and thou shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So the Edomites did indeed break their yoke off, their neck from black people, and now they are in control. Okay, First Kings chapter 11 verse 15. And it came to pass, when David was in Edom, and Joab the captain of the host was gone up to bury the slain, after he had smitten every male in Edom. Did you read that? Every male in Edom was smitten. For 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel, until he had cut off every male in Edom. That Hadad fled, he and certain Edomites of his father's servant with him, into Egypt, and Hadad being yet a little child. So Edomites fled north up to Egypt. Okay, and so this is why the Caucasians migrated north. Okay, because they were saving themselves. They were almost extinct in the days of David. Okay, and cut off, but they saved themselves. And you know what? You don't think that they have revenge in their hearts? You don't think that they hated the Israelites for what they did? Of course they did. The original slavery was the white man. I mean, look up the Barbary states, the slavery in the Barbary states. It was white slavery. Caucasians know their history, but the poor black man doesn't even know who he is. Most black people don't know that they are Israelites, but the white man knows who he is. At least the elites do. And this is why they hate you so much, okay? This is why they persecute you, because of what you did, your people did to his ancestors. And reason number 9, Edomites have been waiting for the big payback. This is written in Genesis 27 verse 11. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning my father are at hand, then I will slay my brother Jacob. So the Edomites, they've been waiting for the payback. Ezekiel 25 verse 12. Thus saith the sovereign Yahweh, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Psalms 137 verse 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it to the foundations thereof. That means destroy it. The great deception is that the white man has told black people that they are hated by them because they are black, which is silly. It's very superficial. Why would anyone hate you because of your skin color or your feature? What's the big deal? It doesn't matter. Diversity is beautiful. But the truth is, you're hated because Esau has revenge on his mind, as it is written in the book of Obadiah, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast as one of them. So the Edomite Caucasian was among the other nations when the Israelites went into slavery. Verse 12. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. So, according to Yahweh, the Edomites, Caucasians, should have known better. They should have known better to have gotten themselves involved and destroyed their own brother. This is why the Edomites are going to have a harsh punishment, and you need to know who they are. Verse 13, thou shouldest not have entered into the gates of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. This is the slave catchers you're reading about right here. The Edomites went far and beyond captivity. neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. So the ones Yahweh would have had mercy on, the Edomites wouldn't even allow them to run away and get some salvation. I have more reasons to go. Reason number 11 is that Caucasians are Edomites because, according to scriptures, the Edomites are the daughter of Babylon. Everybody knows we're living in the age of the daughter of Babylon. And who is ruling now? Reason number 11 is actually two reasons together in one. The eagle symbol is the Edomite symbol. Okay? Obadiah verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. Obadiah 1, 7 verse 9. Remember, Yahweh, what Edomites said, that the day of Jerusalem, destroy it down to its foundations. Daughter of Babylon, doomed to destruction, happy is the one who pays you back what you have done to me. Happy is he that takes the little ones and dashes them against the rocks. This is because the Edomites actually took Israelite babies and threw them against the rock. According to the Torah, an eye for an eye. If it was fit for an Israelite baby to be thrown against the rock, it is also fit for Edomite Caucasian baby to be thrown against the rock. This is not my punishment. This is Yahweh's punishment. This is fair and just. If somebody cuts off somebody's hands, their hand needs to be cut off. If somebody kills somebody, they need to be killed. An eye for an eye, a foot for a foot, a life for a life. This is going to happen, and this is vengeance from Yah. Vengeance is Yahweh's. Okay, it's not mine. I do not wish death on anybody, but I do wish for justice. I wish the system in the United States was just. They have known killers that they keep in the prison for life. Life is only 25 years. That's not just. But if you look at this symbol of the eagle on the quarter and the United States symbol, this is written in Obadiah. All over you'll see that the Edomites, they keep their symbol eagle proudly. They love the eagle symbol. As a matter of fact, the Greeks and the Romans, and of course the United States and the Edomites had this symbol. What does America stand for? Is it freedom or free Edom? It stands for free Edom. Okay, this is their land of the free. Okay, this is where they can be free and have their punishment upon the Israelites whom they hate. Okay, so they're living in luxury. They can do all their, they can put away their weapons of mass destructions. This is their land of glory. This is the daughter of Babylon. I am introducing you to the daughter of Babylon. More scriptures referencing eagles. In Deuteronomy 28, the curse upon the Israelites, Yahweh said, Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. So there you go. The symbol of the eagle is mentioned as one of the slave masters that will come against the Israelites if they didn't obey Yahweh. I have more reasons to go, but let's look at the prophetic names. Jacob and Esau are prophetic names. Their names indicate what's going to happen in the last days. Okay, so let's look at the name Jacob. Jacob is actually pronounced Jacob, and it means supplanter. Supplanter means heel catcher, literally heel catcher. Okay, so if you ever heard of the American idiom, take him by the heel, it means to take the place of another, as through force, scheming, strategy, or the like. Okay, so Jacob took Esau by the heel when he was born. And this was actually the prophecy that was given to Rebecca. And when it happened, it was a shock. It was like in your face. Remember the prophecy I told you? This prophecy was in Genesis 27, verse 40. Actually, that's the power of the sword. The Edomites have the power of the sword. But if you look at the name Yasharal, which is actually the correct way to pronounce Israel, the name Yasharal means prince with power of Elohim. So I will break it down like this. Shar means prince or ruler. Al means Elohim or mighty one. Okay, and the Yah before the Shar, it means he. So it literally means he, prince, and mighty one. So he, prince, mighty one. So the Israelites are the prince with the mighty one as the power. But the Edomites have the power of the sword. So in the last days, it's going to play out like this. The Israelites will have the power of Yahweh and the Edomites weapons of mass destruction. So let's look into the name of Jacob again. Heel catcher. Okay, in Genesis 25:23, it says the elder shall serve the younger. This is the prophecy that was given to Rebekah. It puts Esau's birthright to rule over Jacob. I'm sorry, I meant to say it was his birthright to rule over Jacob. But the prophecy said that that would not be the case. Immediately after the twins were born, the prophecy started to take place. When Jacob grabbed Esau's heel, the children were identified with their names. Literally, Jacob means the heel catcher, the supplanter, the one that's going to take the place of the firstborn. And the firstborn was named Esau. Esau means handled, okay? And I will go over that in a second. But the word Edom, it does mean red, and it does, it's similar to the word Adam, but Idum. Idum is his name. Okay, and that's why the land was called Idumea, because the people were Idum. Okay, and Genesis 25:30, it says, Esau said to Jacob, let me swallow, I pray thee, some of this red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore his name was called Idum. Okay, when Esau was born, he was red all over. He came out forth ruddy or red. Esau was not named red because he was red all over. If your name was handled, would you like to keep it? Of course you would rather change your name, and that's exactly what happened. Edom changed his name. It used to be Esau. It would have been called the Esomites, but he didn't like that, so he changed his name to Edom. Everybody called him Edom. Esau, which comes from the root word Aisha, which means make or do. When you handle something in Hebrew, you Esau it. But let's look into the power of the sword, okay? Because the Edomites, they have the power of the sword in the last days. And like I said before, I mentioned in the other reason number 7, the Israelites have the power of Yah. Now that I've reviewed the name, you can fully understand reason number 7 and reason number 12. It does go together. The Israelites in the last days will defeat the Caucasian white people with the power of Yahweh, and they will have their weapons of mass destructions, all their fancy weapons, but they're not going to be able to defeat the Almighty. You know, they're very prideful, you know, and they want everybody to be scared of their weapons. But when you have Yahweh on your side, you're not going to be scared. You're going to be bold and you're going to be brave, because that's the spirit of Yah. You know, the Israelites, we're not afraid of the Edomites. You know, they're wicked, unrighteous people. But when you have the power of Yah on your side, and when you keep Torah, if you're wicked and you're an Israelite, you're going to get hurt by the oppressor. It's extremely imperative that we know who the Edomites are because of this, and that we separate from them. They're wicked, and they want us to be wicked, because the only way the Edomites can continue ruling is if black people, Israelites, continue to be wicked along with them. Okay, because when we're wicked, we don't have the power of Yahweh, and we're defenseless. They can actually do whatever they want to us, and they can continue to rule and create weapons of mass destruction. So as long as black people are wicked and evil, they're going to be in control, and we're not going to be able to defeat them. We are the only one who has the power of Yahweh to defeat them. Let me show you how wicked they are. They're so wicked, they want you to believe that black people are more wicked. But you know what? The FBI has a crime table, in 2017, and they have one for every year, and you could see how wicked they actually really are. They know that they're so wicked that they have to put black people in jail above and beyond what they really should, so we can believe that black people do more crimes. But this is not actually the case. White people get, they get grabbed by the police all the time. They just get set free. And black people, Israelites, we get held in jail because they hate us so much and they want to continue the deception. But when you look at the facts, they're the ones committing all the crimes. It's actually quite comical. White people, you pass by their car and they quickly lock their doors. That's like the comedy. So all this time they are locking their doors, but when they pass by us, we need to lock our doors. We are the ones being oppressed by them walking down the street. I mean, you're guilty if you're black, but here you go. You look at this. Look at the sex offenders. 76% white people. Vandalism? Whoa. Look at that. 73% white people? This is crazy. Other assaults, 70% white people. Violent crime, 64%. Arson, 75% white people. What is this? Theft? It is 68% white people. But you know what? The biggest thievery is stealing land, killing people, erasing history, taking identity. And this is not included in the FBI crime because the white people would be the only one on this list. They would be the only one. Okay, so they are the most wicked people, and this leads me into reason number 13. Why Caucasians are Edomites? Well, it should be obvious. They're the most wicked people on the planet. Okay, all the lies and deception, financial theft and corruption, food poisoning, mass worldwide pollution. This happened during the Industrial Revolution, and who led that? White people, so-called white people who are Caucasian Edomites. Worldwide violent police. How about the chemical war on innocents? Watch out for the 5G cell phone towers. The most wicked people on earth, they planning on doing this. But you know what? I couldn't fit all their evils. What about all the people pretending to be men who are actually women, and the women pretending to be men? It's like they worship the Baphomet, which is a tranny god, and so they're deceiving people even about the sex. Everything about them is just wickedness. I couldn't fit it all in. It's like this would be a whole nother video. So you're just gonna have to trust me on this. They're the most wicked people. It's obvious. All the signs are there. I mean, you can't really make this stuff up. It's just there. What happens to all those missing children every year? Well, look up the human meat found in McDonald's burgers. Oh yes, it's a real thing. A lot of missing children end up as burger food. Okay, I wouldn't eat ground beef if I was you. Even in the grocery stores, because when they take the children and they take advantage of them, I'm sorry, but they're chopping them up and feeding to you because they want you to eat this food sacrificed. But they're in disguise. They don't want you to know that it's them. But it's obvious it's them. I mean, you can't see it's them. They're the ones who control everything. Why are they making Frankenstein food for us to eat? Because they know their time is short. That's why. They don't care about the earth because they know that this is where they're going to live it up. They don't care about the future of their grandchildren because they know their grandchildren has no future. Okay? They know the prophecy. They know who they are. So, you know what? If they know that they're going to be annihilated, they know that they can do whatever they want to the planet. If you knew your house was going to be taken in foreclosure, and you're mad about it, wouldn't you put cement in the pipes? Wouldn't you leave it dirty and just, jack it up? Well, this is what they're doing. They're destroying the house because they don't want to leave the Israelites with anything good. But you know what? It doesn't matter what they think they're going to do to the earth. Yahweh can fix anything. He made the earth. So reason number 14 why the Caucasians are Edomites is they fit the last day in prophecy. It's going to be Edomites versus the Israelites because the only one to defeat the enemy, it's not going to be with weapons, but it's going to be with the power of Yah. So it has to be with righteousness. We're going to defeat the wicked Caucasians by being righteous. So as long as you return back to Yahweh, you can help in defeating them because they don't have power against you. If you worship Yah, you have the power of Yah. You're going to be protected. But vice versa, if you do not worship Yah and you continue to be wicked and rebellious and you're not keeping Torah law, The Edomites are there for your destruction. Read Deuteronomy chapter 28, the whole chapter. Verse 1 through 15, it says that Yahweh would bless you, the Israelites, black people, if we kept Torah. But if you didn't, the enemy would come and oppress us, and we would be destroyed. And that's exactly what they're here for.
Or something like that. Real lasers, one of the key advantages that they provide is that they are invisible. You actually can't see them. You just see this damage suddenly starting to blow something up. So if we take a look now at what the Athena did to a truck. So we're looking at a truck engine, and the Athena within seconds was able to beam right in there, heat the whole thing up, and burn through the engine of this vehicle. So if you can imagine if you were in that vehicle, all of a sudden, this hole would start appearing in your engine, and the whole thing would just disappear. That's what these lasers do. Now, there's some other key advantages that we should mention. Let me give you 3 of them. 1, unlimited ammo. As long as we have power, we have an unlimited magazine. And downrange, of course, having unlimited ammo can be a huge advantage. Second, it's silent. You don't give the enemy any advance warning that it's coming. Now, the third one I wanted to touch on is that it travels at the speed of light. So not only are we delivering powerful.
Attention. Court is in session. Let's hear the historical and prophetic prophecies concerning the Edomites. Kayil Bathya, please prove your case concerning Caucasians being Edomites. Thank you, Your Honor. I will be presenting Exhibit A. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 19. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of Yahweh, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, and thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt be naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Exhibit A1, the logo of our oppressor is the eagle. Please reference historical evidence, reason number 11, how Edom's logo is the eagle, as is Greece, as is Rome, USA. Also refer to Deuteronomy 28, verse 9. They are the daughter of Edom. Exhibit A2, Edom is named as said persecutor. So they are actually the number 1 persecutor of the Israelites, and I will present that shortly. Exhibit A3, Edom are the slave masters of the Israelites. Okay, so this is written that they took us into captivity, and they will no more take us into captivity. This is Exhibit A, why Caucasians are Edomites. The Edomites played a major role in the captivity and slavery of the Israelites, who are so-called black people. And the same major people are the Caucasians. They are the Edomites of the scriptures. Exhibit B. Psalms 137, verse 1. By the rivers of Babylon there we sat down, yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required us a song, and they that wasted us required us mirth, saying, Sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing Yahweh's song in a strange land? Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, and the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it unto the foundations thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, joyful shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. So Psalms 37 actually needs to be broken down into parts. Verse 1 and 3, Psalm cries to Yahweh about someone who took the Israelites by the rivers of Babylon and carried them away into captivity. Verse 7 says, the name of the people, and calls them the daughter of Babylon. So the Edomites play a significant role in the last days, and they are the daughter of Babylon. We are in the days of the daughter of Babylon. The only one ruling the whole entire earth right now are the Caucasians. This is Exhibit B. Exhibit C. Obadiah, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith Yahweh Elohim concerning Edom. Arise ye, let us rise up against her in battle. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, and that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, and have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those that did remain in the day of distress. The house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for a stubble, and they shall kindle in them. Exhibit C needs to also be broken down into parts. Exhibit C1. Caucasians have a superiority complex deep-rooted in white privilege advantage if you look like them. That's the white pride in verse 3. Exhibit C2. Caucasians have made their same dwellings in the clefts of the rock. Dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Exhibit C3. Again, the logo of eagle is mentioned, and it states that the Edomites made their dwellings among the stars. What other people have taken control of the airways? This is the blessing of Isaac in Genesis 27:39. Exhibit C4. Verse 6 confirms the Edomites are in hiding. So it's no surprise that I have to do 15 reasons to prove the Caucasians are Edomites, because the Edomites are in hiding. Okay, it's supposed to be a big secret who they are, and they're very clever in their deception, but all truth will show itself. You can't hide truth. They are the Edomites in the scriptures, and the prophecy, it connects them, and clearly they are the daughter of Babylon. They're the most wicked, so Exhibit C, clearly, if you read Obadiah, you see that it's talking about the Edomites, so this is Exhibit C. Is there another ethnic group that I need to know about that dwells in caves? Is there another group of people that are depicted as cavemen? Is there another nation that has the eagle as their symbol other than the white people? Exhibit C5. Edom was not a bystander in the slavery of the Israelites. They are one of our oppressors. Even more so, they are a key player in the captivity of the Israelites. This is why they are mentioned time and time again from one prophet to another. Look at the steep punishment given to them in verse 10 and 18. They're going to be cut off. Okay, Exhibit C 6 speaks about the runaway slave catchers, how they caught the Israelites, and they didn't even allow them to escape. They didn't allow any mercy to the Israelites. They were very cruel, and this is why their punishment is cruel, because it's an eye for an eye. It's justice. No one's given them anything that they didn't put on us. They really wanted to destroy the Israelites as a people, and they did destroy us. I mean, we are destroyed as a people. Husbands and wives, they don't stay together. They don't even get married. The children rule over us. It's because we didn't obey Yah, but they're going to get punished for it. Exhibit D. Exhibit D, Psalms 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O owl. Hold not thy peace, and be not still. O Elohim, for lo, thine enemies have made a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasharal may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. This is the original New World Order, one world order. The nations consulted together against the Israelites to destroy them. And these are the nations: the tabernacles of Edom, the whole nation of Edom, the Ishmites of Moab, and the Hagarians, and Gibal, and Ammon, and Amalek, which is also an Edomite, the Philistines, with inhabitants Tyre and Ashar, also is joined with them. They have helped the children of Lot, Selah. These are our oppressors. Notice that Japheth or Javan is not listed. Edom is mentioned first and foremost as a key player. Now, you know, Caucasians indeed inflicted the Israelites, and they are our oppressor. Where is their name if they're Japheth, if they're Javan? Because Greece is supposed to be Javan. But Greece is just a land. It's not a people. And that's why the Caucasians are not Javan. You can't be named after a people just because you live in the land. That's like if I go to China and I live there, you can't say I'm Chinese. You can't research my ancestry in China because I'm in China. Okay, so that's what happened. Javan equals Greece location, not people. See Exhibit E. People rule in Javan are Edomites. In Daniel chapter 8, it says, the rough goat is the king of Grecia, and the great horn that is between his eye is the first king. And so it's just like in the days of Jerusalem when Herod was king of Jerusalem. Herod, everybody knows, was a white person. It was an Edomite that ruled Jerusalem. So although Herod was an Edomite, he was king of Jerusalem. But you're not going to say that Herod was an Israelite or, he was a Jerusalem people. No, he's still an Edomite. It's the same situation. So history shows the Minoans were the first people, and the land of Greece was named after them. The original name for the land of Greece is Javan. Okay, in Daniel's chapter 11, it says that by his strength and through his riches, he will stir up all against the realm of Grecia. The realm of Grecia is the location of Grecia. The land was called Javan, just like the land of Israel is called the land of Canaan, because the Canaanites lived there. Okay, they are the first people to go on that land, and so the land is named the land of Canaan. So Israel's the land of Canaan, but it's really I know it can be confusing, but you just have to study a little bit deeper to see that Edomites are not Javan. Exhibit F. People ruling the world are Edomites. Edomites conquered the world too. Scripture says it. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. In Malachi 1 verse 4, it says, Edom is the border of wickedness. Okay, Malachi 1 verse 4. So the Edomites are also called the daughter of Babylon. This is in Psalms 137 verse 7. So evidence after evidence, they are the daughter of Babylon. This is the days of the daughter of Babylon. The world is given into the hand of the wicked. Look around. Has the earth ever been so wicked? It's gonna get worse. You've seen nothing yet. Okay, if you haven't researched Agenda 21 or the robot takeover or the clones, you've seen nothing. Exhibit G. The people ruling the world are Caucasians. The Edomites conquered by the world by the sword. Edomites are the only ones said to have dominion only after they break free from the yoke of the Israelites. They have the power of the sword. That's the only way they can break their yoke, is through violence and weapons. Genesis chapter 27 verse 40. Okay? And in Amos chapter 1 verse 11 it says, Thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. But I will send a fire in Teman, and shall devour the palaces of Borah. Also see Psalms 137 verse 7. So the Edomites, they have the power of the sword and the weapons of mass destruction. They're the ones terrorizing the entire earth. But like I said before, you've seen nothing. It's going to get out of control and crazy. And if the Israelites don't return to Yah, the earth will even be destroyed. The royal Caucasians were called dukes. And if you read Genesis 36, you'll see that the Edomites were referred to as dukes. The translators refer to the Edomite leaders as dukes. Only Caucasians had the title of dukes and duchess. So this is a fact that they know who they are. They know who the dukes are. So with all these reasons that I'm giving you, and all these exhibits, there's no doubt the Caucasians are indeed Edomites, and according to scriptures, they're going to get punishment for all the evils that they're doing. It's time to put our emotions aside and really look at the facts presented in all the scriptures. Okay? Edomites are the borders of wickedness, Malachi 1 through 4. Caucasians sleep not until they do evil, Proverbs 4 through 16. The daughters of Babylon are the Edomites, Psalms 137, verse 37. Obadiah 1 and 4. The logo of the Edomites is the eagle. Also see Deuteronomy 28. Job 9 and 24. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked one. Who rules the earth now? Isn't this world so wicked? It's obvious that the Edomites are Caucasians, but if you don't see it, it's because, reason number 15, you have Stockholm Syndrome, and you're protecting your oppressor and from basically their fate, which is being genocide. There's nothing to do to stop them other than, basically giving them an eye for an eye. Their plan is to destroy everybody on the earth, so the plan is going to be turned around and they're going to be destroyed. Did you not see the Georgia Guildstones? Did you not read what Bill Gates said, that the population needs to be reduced by 95%? So it's not a secret that the Edomites want everybody on earth dead. And all the pollution and the destruction of the earth, destroying the ozone layer. I mean, I can't go on and on because this would be such a long video. But, it's going to be turned around on them. An eye for an eye. While you're feeling sorry for the Edomite, they want you all dead. All of you. Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 8 through 10. This is part 1 of why the Edomites are going to be genocide. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of Mount Esau? And the mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the Mount Esau may be cut off by the slaughter. For the violence of thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Part 2. Ezekiel 25, verse 13. Therefore thus saith Yahweh Elohim, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman. And they of Dedan shall fall by the sword, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Yasharal. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger, and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh Elohim. Part 3, Malachi 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the borders of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. Part 4, Lamentations, verse 18. They hunt our steps, and we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagle of heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of Yahweh, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shall make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Part 5, Jeremiah 49, verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Part 6. Jeremiah 49, verse 16. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagles, I will bring thee down from thence, saith Yahweh. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at its plagues thereof. Part 7, Isaiah 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made with fat of fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of kidneys and rams. For Yahweh had the sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So all these reasons, 15 reasons why Caucasians are Edomites. They are the daughter of Babylon. They are the most wicked. The description of them fits in the scriptures. The idols show their faces. They fit into prophecy. They're definitely not Javan. Okay? They are the most wicked. They have dominion. I mean, there's so many reasons, and I probably could have made more, but I think I've done enough. You can get a download of this 15 reasons if you visit patreon.com/Batia, and you could download and have it for your studies if you can support me. But I hope you really look into the scriptures and really study. And if you don't, you have Stockholm syndrome. There's nothing I can do. I can give you the information, but I can't force you to drink. I can only bring you to the fountain. Drinking is up to you. Shalom and Yah bless. Ooh, last thing. I know I mentioned it in the video, but I do want to say that all white people are not Edomites. You're not Edomites based on physical features. Yes, Edomites had physical features, and I did describe that, but it's according to your father. According to the scriptures, you are who your father is. So if your father is an Israelite, and even if you look white, you are an Israelite. If your father is an Edomite, even if you look black, okay, even if you have nappy hair, even if you as dark as you want to be, you're an Edomite. If your forefathers are Edomites, you're an Edomite. So it goes on the father's line. So basically, if you're a woman, your brother, you'd have to check your brother's DNA to find out who you are. If you're a man, obviously, it's in your DNA. The paternal DNA is how you check it. You could check family records. They have slave records. Visit HebrewIsraeliteCulture.com if you would like to find out who you are according to your DNA or records, because we have all that. Shalom.